Hey brats, what's up? If it's your first time here, then welcome to the best, most poppin' channel on YouTube. I make hair content, makeup content, lifestyle content, a little bit of everything. I jump right into my videos. So right now, all I'm doing is moisturizing her face with some Cetaphil Daily Moisturizer. And then to help with oil control, I'm using some calamine lotion here in her T-zone areas. Some people use milk of magnesia, but I figure calamine lotion is literally meant for skin, so maybe this would be like a better option. Then I painted the foundation that I was using onto her skin before I took my brush and patted it in to blend it out. Next, I took a concealer that was not 2 shades lighter than her skin tone. I don't think, probably just 1 shade lighter than her skin tone. It's just not that bright. That's just what I mean. And I put that under her eyes, her chin, down the bridge of her nose, and on her forehead, and I blended it out. Also, I'm not naming my products that I'm using as I'm doing this voiceover because everything is in my description box. So if you want to know what I'm using, I have listed everything for you, and I linked the things that I could find on Amazon. Next, I went in with an even brighter concealer shade, and I placed that color exactly the same places on her face that I placed the first concealer shade. I post hair content, as I said earlier, but I do not take hair clients. I just sell it. But I do take makeup clients. So if you're ever in Miami and you want me to beat you up, then just holler at me on my makeup business page on Instagram, and that information is in my description box too. So now to add some color back to her face, I am bronzing, contouring, whatever you want to call it. And I'm using like a foundation stick to do this. I already added this color around the perimeter of her forehead and her other cheekbone, but I also do use this to carve out the nose. I also wanted to create an Instagram reel for my page while I was doing this look, so that's why you might see a phone in some of these clips, because I was just trying to kill two birds with one stone. But after I blended out her nose contour, I did add some putty blush to her cheeks, and you guys are going to see that now. Okay, so if you're new here, for real, I love blush. If you don't know that, I love blush. I'm obsessed with it. I just feel like it makes us look so girly and soft. I'm obsessed with it. Next, I set all of the conceal areas of her face, so that's everywhere where I put the 2 different concealer shades at. I also like to run this powder over the eyebrows, because if you do the eyebrows last, sometimes they could get wet from the cream and liquid products that you put around them, and the eyebrow pencil will not pick up any color on the skin if the eyebrows are wet. So I like to set them. Next, I set the rest of her face. So this means everywhere that I did not put the loose powders, I am blending in a pressed powder. And this pressed powder is a shade that is closest to her natural skin tone. And I'm stretching my arms over her face like this because, girl, I'm trying to protect the lace but set the face, okay? And we actually did her hair on my channel, and this is a wig from my company, so I'll link that video up here. And what I'm doing here is I'm setting the bronzed contoured areas of her face with some bronzing powder. So everywhere that I put that bronzer cream, I'm putting this bronzer powder just to further accentuate this color. And I don't put this on the nose. I do add it to the jawline and around her chin though. But these days I'm more like into like a non-harsh nose contour. So after I sculpt it with the cream, I don't touch it no more. Here I'm getting ready to do the eyes, so I just put on like a layer of translucent powder under the eyes to protect her skin from any potential fallout. And then I carve out her cheekbones with a tinted loose powder before I move on to eyebrows and eyes. Before I clean up the eyebrows with any concealer, I'm just using my fingers to put on some eyeshadow primer all over her lids. If you are enjoying this video so far, and I know you is, go ahead and like this video, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, then subscribe. But right now I'm cleaning up her eyebrows with some concealer. I only clean up the bottom. I do not touch the top of the eyebrows. That's why I make sure I draw it on, I fill it in as neatly as possible so that I don't have to go back and clean it up, because then they start looking too perfect and I'm just not into it. The concealer shades that I'm using to clean up her eyebrows is the same concealer shades that I use to conceal like under her eyes, her forehead, the T-zone areas. I'm going in with the lighter concealer shade right on top of her lids, and I did not put this under the arch of her eyebrows just so you can get a more natural look. Before I go in with my transition shade for her eyeshadow, I just set the eyes with translucent powder so that they're completely dry. Okay, so the first shade that I'm using as her eyeshadow, you can't really see it that well because it's a really light color and I have really bright lights in front of her. But I do go in with a deeper shade right on top of this, and I'm going to slow the clip down so that you can actually see the movements that I'm doing to be able to blend out these colors. So this is the deeper shade, the second shade that I use on her eyes, and I'm basically just running this through the crease of her eyes right into the front of her eyebrows, and I also do swipe this color onto her eyelids as well. So yeah, I've been doing makeup for like years, and I finally figured out my signature look. It's really soft eyes, flawless skin, blush for days, and nice overline lips. So the eye look is just soft enough for like the type of look that I be going for. Right now I am sweeping some blush on the apples of her cheekbones. I love blush, so I'm probably gonna overdo it, which means it's just enough. Right now I am sweeping away the excess setting powder from underneath her eyes, and I'm using a pressed powder to do it. So I dip this fluffy brush into like the pressed powder that I have, which is a lighter shade than her skin tone, and then I sweep it away. I'm actually using a lip liner to line her waterline. It's like a really pretty warm brown shade. And if you don't like to see people get their waterline lined, like if it makes you get teary-eyed or whatever, then look away, beloved. Look at me in the window having a good time. You go, girl. But next I am, what am I doing? Oh, next I am adding like some more bronzer to her cheekbones right on top of that line that I carved out to accentuate her cheekbones. But instead of using that black radiance palette, I'm using a pressed powder from MAC, and this is a shade that is darker than her skin tone to be able to help accentuate the cheekbones even more. Smoke under the eyes is sexy, so I'm smoking out that lip liner that I placed in her waterline with this brush. It's just helping to smudge out the lip liner, which is going to help to smoke it out, which is going to be sexy. Right now I'm using the pressed powder that is her skin tone to sweep away any excess powder that was on her face, and then I lined her lips. Okay, I'm obsessed. I added some mascara to her bottom and top lashes, and then I set her face with some setting spray, and that was it, y'all. Okay, so I know her face is not a hard face to do, but still, this was her before and this is her after. Don't forget to go watch this hair tutorial on my channel. Use the code on screen to shop hair on my website and get a discount at checkout. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it.